Hi guys. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday. I had to think about it. I work today and I'm normally not working on Thursdays, like work, but I did. I did calls all day long and worked from home, which was nice, but of course you get this. And yeah, I'm looking pretty rough, and that's okay. Actually, I don't look rough. I just don't look like I put my makeup on or anything like that today because I didn't. Um, so it's still snowing. Okay, I'm in Oklahoma. It's still snowing, just in case you were wondering. And it's still blasted cold. And let's see. So it says that it is 16 degrees, feel like 0. Dear Lord, that's cold. William is now traveling through the craziness himself. Well, he's going into it. His boss is amazing and got him a load going from, I don't know, Massachusetts or something to like Michigan or something. Who knows? I've determined that with every day that goes on, I'm really just over his boss. And I don't know nothing about trucking, like I said before, but the company was doing great. Like, they were with the company, life was good dispatch, life was good, and then they changed companies and life's been shit since for him, and that's sad, but it is what it is, and he just keeps going because he's that way. I went out and played in the snow today. It was not fun, but I don't know that they're gonna take the trash tomorrow, but I figured in case they did, I needed to have the trash out there, like that makes sense. Well, I might have fell. It might have been very cold. And I might have snow drifts up to my knees. Now, mind you, I'm short. So, don't be like, ooh. I'm very short. But still, I'm 5'1". My knees, to my knees, a snow drift out the front door. So, there's that. Yeah. That's been my day. So we've been having meetings about the kids that I work with, okay? And I am telling you that I have learned that some people are heartless and could give 0 fucks. And that's irritating to me. You guys wouldn't believe how many times on a given day that I come home and I'm frustrated and feel like my hands are tied because things just are weird sometimes in the way that the state runs. Okay? I can't govern it. I can't do anything about it myself. Trust me, I've tried. But it does get very irritating. And I don't know, like, I was on a call today and it just frustrates me more, and I wish that people understood that trauma is real, and when you go through things as a child, not everybody's going to react the same. Not everybody can blow it off. Not everybody can just process it quickly. Some can't smile and make it go on, like they're going to act out and they're going to maybe act like little shits at times. Or maybe they're disrespectful and maybe they need redirected, or maybe, they're going to be tired, or maybe they, I don't know, there's just a lot of maybes out there, right? And I don't think that people realize just the effects that trauma can do. Now, for the longest time, when, I'll just use my mom, for example, when things happened to her in her life, times were different then, and it wasn't taken care of or dealt with or, none of that. It was pretty much whatever happened, and you just went on. And there was no discussion. It was just closed. You see nothing, you heard nothing, and that's how it was, because that's how it was back then. And today, because of the growth of mental health, and because of the reality that mental health is happening, like, we can't just stop the fact that there's so much mental health problems, whether it be big or small. We can't stop the fact that the environment around us seems just to turn like shit before our eyes. And I would say, I hate to say it that way, but it's the truth. I just feel like, every day I'm just, wow, really, society? That's what we're doing today, huh? So yeah, it's just frustrating. And, I don't work with the easiest kids. I get it. Dang, I've been traumatized by them. I'm not even going to lie. I mean, I almost quit this profession 2-3 years ago because of something that happened at work. And it was because somebody that was over me did not listen to me because they had their own thoughts and opinions about what should or could happen. And it just didn't set a good pace, like a good situation did not come from that. And it's all because they didn't want to listen, and I don't know what it's going to take to make people begin to listen and see that shit is happening around them, and people can help, and people can advocate, and people can do for them. And if all I do all day long is advocate for kids, then I'll sit in that chair all day long and I'll advocate for them. I don't go into the schools because I'm not a school therapist. It's not my job. I just don't do it. I work, for a company, and I work for them in their office. And I don't know. Like, I was on a call the other day that prompted this call today, like a follow-up on it. And it's sad to me. Like, the other day, I pretty much just told these people that the school that I'm there, and I'll support them and I'll help them in any way that I can. And then, they turn around and act like I didn't say any of that, and I did. And so I'm on a call today, and I'm like, we have to remember that these littles are traumatized, and there's nothing that we can do to fix that, but we can definitely help support them in that situation. And that it may be thinking outside of the box, Maybe a kid can't handle going to school every day of the week. Who knows? Maybe they need to go every other day for a while, and maybe they need to adapt to that situation. I had mentioned the other day, you never know what's going to trigger somebody, Maybe the person that this kid might have been aggressive with did something to trigger them. Who knows? You just never know. But the last thing that I want to do is call this little kid bad names. And that's not what I want to do. That's not what I'm going to do. And I'm going to talk to him. So I talked to him. I talked to him when I was out there Sunday, and then I talked to him today. And I'm like, what's up, buddy? Like, what are we doing? And it's all trauma response, If you're loud, you're probably going to put somebody into flight or fight. If it's crazy and noisy, probably going to be putting somebody into fight or flight. If you get close to them, probably going to put somebody into flight or fight. And these are all true and real feelings, and they have every reason to feel that way, because whatever's happened to them is what has evolved to be to this point. And I think that if we took a different approach to this and quit blaming, let's not blame this person or blame this person. Let's be the person to lift that kid up, I don't know how it will sound, but I want to try to play this. And I heard it on, I don't know what I heard it on, to be honest, but it resonated in me. And I think, well, let me just let it play, if I can get it to play. Now, this is not me. It is something that I found online. So again, not trying to copyright anything, but it's just an insert of what this person said. So it's a TikTok video that I seen on Facebook, I think, maybe. And it's about 2 minutes, but I want to see if you guys can hear it. If not, maybe I'll link it if I can figure out how. I don't know. But just listen to it, see what the message is from you that you get. Okay. Hold on.
One question I feel like I hear a lot as a younger teacher is, what's one piece of advice you would give to teachers going into their first year? And whenever I get this question, I think of a video called When the Chips Are Down by an educator named Richard Lavoie. And he basically puts it like this. Picture students' self-esteem as poker chips. And every student starts their day with a different amount of poker chips. Some students start their day waking up in a nice warm bed in their own bedroom with two parents who let them know that breakfast is ready downstairs. Think of that as starting the day with 100 poker chips. But keep in mind that there are a lot of kids who wake up with only 15 or 20 poker chips. And over the course of the day, there are going to be some good things that happen. You add some poker chips. A student sees their best friend and they ask how their weekend was. Add on 2 poker chips. A student gets a bad grade on a test. Take a couple away. Now, for the student that started with 100 poker chips, losing 1 or 2 isn't that big of a deal. They still have plenty to go around. For the student who started off with 10, that's a big deal. That kid will come into the room with his head down. He'll be too tired to get his work done and he'll fall asleep during class. And the classmates will make fun of him. 5 more chips gone. He'll realize that mom forgot to pack him lunch. 2 more chips. The problem here is that a lot of teachers have the opportunity to hand that kid some poker chips. But a lot of educators will see the way that student's acting and knock them down a few more. That teacher will say, how could you be so unprepared? Why are you being so disrespectful? Why don't you act your age? And just like that, that educator knocks that kid down to 0 poker chips. And the teacher will still act shocked when that kid acts up. If we can get educators to realize that not every student starts off with thousands of poker chips, then maybe kids will stop looking at being in school like they're in a prison.
Okay, so let's take that a little bit further, okay? That's very strong to me, and I hope you guys heard that. But essentially, think about it, this is where it gets me weak because I've seen it, but I constantly tell myself that I'm very blessed because I do wake up in a home every day, and I do have supportive family, and I do have friends that love and care for me, and I wake up every day with my cup full, okay? Like every morning when I wake up, my cup is full of life, okay? And you guys, yes, there's things that happen throughout the day that take away from that cup, but there's things in the day that put that cup, refill it. And so everybody has that same cup. We just don't know how full their cup is. Is it full? Is it half full? Is it 3/4 full? Is it a quarter empty? Is it an eighth empty? We don't know because we don't know what they're waking up to. But if you think about it in the prospect that you have a chance to fill somebody's cup versus take and empty the cup, what would you rather do? In everyday life, what would you rather do? Because I am telling you, all it takes is for you to tell me that you don't agree with something that I truly am passionate about, and it drains my cup a little. But if you tell me, man, good job with that, it fills my cup. I mean, we can all think of something like that. Think about, somebody yelling at you. It takes away from that cup. Think about somebody supporting you, like giving you that attaboy. It fills it up. Think about bullying. It takes away. Think about being in a crisis, where you don't know if you're going to have food for tomorrow. It takes away. But if somebody reaches out and helps you, it helps you fill that cup. So you have the choice every day to fill a cup. And you also have a chance every day to help that cup become empty. Like, are you taking from the candy dish or are you putting it in? Are you filling the candy dish up or are you taking it all and not replenishing it? And if you think about it that way, I mean, that teacher has amazing strategic conversation about how you give kids poker trips and you take them away. But the same concept. Everybody starts their day with their glass 100% full. Okay? From the moment you wake up, your glass can be 100% full. But the more negative and bad that happens to us, the more we're criticized and chastised and hit or abused or lied to or cheated on or not given a raise or talked about. Just all the things that take from that cup. If there's nobody filling that cup up, it stays empty, right? So when I go see my littles, damn it, I want to fill their cup. I want to fill their cup, and I want them to know when I leave that door that Miss Diane did all that she could for me. And I do that for my littles, and I do that for my olders, and I do that with my adults. And I mean, everybody that I meet, I genuinely want to fill their cup. Sometimes I fail that. Sometimes I don't feel it and I take from it. And I surely don't do that on purpose. But when I do, it's important that I say, hey, I messed up and I'm sorry, So we all need to have that mentality. We all need to have that mentality because the world would be a kinder place, I can remember, when I was younger, you guys, I got spankings. I know people that got spankings. But when they got spankings, they also got, awarded for working hard or doing what they were supposed to do. They didn't get beatings. Don't go there. They got spankings. There's a big difference. If you worked hard and you won a baseball tournament, you won a baseball tournament and you got your award. Or if you had a team that did well, they won an award. Not everybody got the award. We didn't fill everybody's cup. We didn't give false cup fills. But, we just filled each other's cup. Or when you used to be able to walk across the street and say, hey, can I borrow a cup of sugar? And then in response, they would sometimes need something and you could help them, like neighbors did neighborly things. True friendships. Like, it's been a hot minute since I can say that I've changed any of my friendship roles because I've been burned a few times. I have a handful of true friends and I have, a ton of great people that I know. But those friends that, know me from the inside out, very, 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 very thin amount of people. Because I don't want anybody else to take from my cup. I tried that a few times and it hurts. I thought they could help fill it and they just emptied it, So be that person. I guess that's the whole moral of this. Be the person that can fill the cup. And if you have to take from the cup, find a way to encourage the person to allow you to fill the cup back up. If it's your kid, hey, you didn't do your chores, so I'm going to take 100 chips or 2 chips or whatever. But you did clean your room. Have some of those chips back, Or play a game with them, Like if there's no chores or no homework, play a game with them. That there in itself, probably give them 50 chips. If your wife wants some attention, probably give you 200 chips. If your husband wants a smile, just smile because it'll probably give you 150. Like, think about what you can do to help others gain chips. Okay? That's all I really have for today. These meetings this last week have just been rough. And I get so tired of hearing about the negative and nothing about the positive, Like, okay, he walked out of class, but he didn't kill anybody or shoot anybody. He didn't even touch anybody. He got tired of what he was hearing or bored from what he was hearing. That's all. So, be the person that helps fill the cup. Even if you have to take away and you have to empty the cup occasionally, fill the cup back up if you can. If you can't, there's always tomorrow. Add a little extra sugar tomorrow, because tomorrow they're going to wake up with that same full glass. Just make it overflow tomorrow if you have an opportunity. How about it? But for now, I'm going to sign off by saying thank you guys for watching and for liking and subscribing. And please share this if you feel, not only this, but any of my videos. If you feel it could be beneficial to anybody, then share away. Because this is what I want to do to help people fill their cups. I want them to know that they're not alone and there's other people out there that care and are compassionate. So that's it. Thank you guys again. I appreciate everything and I'll be back. When I